Sagittarius, hi, how are you guys? It's just Lisa. I'm coming in here and I'm having my coffee and I'm going to do a reading for Sagittarius, February 2022. Hope you guys are doing alright. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it and you'll come back to see me again. And for you guys who've been here before, I really do appreciate it. The support means a lot. You'll notice I had to change my setup because well, my upstairs is being kind of like redone, and that's where I used to do my cards. So I had to find some place to couldn't do it again, and I kind of like it. And other than my dogs, if they go nuts, I'm sorry, I apologize. But otherwise, oops, seems to be working out really nice. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, what can we tell Sagittarius for February 2022? All right, we have the High Priestess, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Cups in the recent past. Oops. All right, you have the Page of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Swords in the current situation. Seven of Coins, the Eight of Coins, and the Ten of Wands in the possible outcome. Alright guys, well, we'll go through this, see what we can find out, and then I will clarify with another deck. You guys see, kind of? Too much. Alright. Okay, well, it looks like in your recent past, you had to take a situation and, you know, like, almost like go with your intuition, go with your gut, in what possible things could have been unclear to you. And, you know, you were hoping to be able to come up with something to find out how you can handle a situation. Because you do have a lot of options available, or you did in the past, and you're trying to figure out, well, which ones are actually reasonable, what options do you have that are making sense to you, that are possibly doable, and they're not just like, you know, pie in the sky ideas, just, you know. So you're trying to figure that out, like you're weighing out that balance of, well, what can I really do, and, you know, what would I really like to do. I feel like a lot of this might be wrapped around maybe your family. I mean, it could be something in regards to, you know, your now family, you know, like your immediate family, people that you live with, that you're close to right now. But you also have some like nostalgic feelings going based on your past, you know, maybe just friends that you haven't seen for a while, or, you know, relatives that, you know, if you lost touch, and maybe you might be having thoughts about them. And again, like I said, with friends that you haven't been able to see, so you're thinking about it. You're thinking about how things were, and maybe you missed that situation and you might want to get back into it. And I know after the last couple of years, people have been having a hard time getting together with people, and so you might be having a lot of thoughts about that. And now it looks like in your current situation, you have this idea in your head that you want to kind of like formulate a plan somehow that you're going to be able to be in control of the outcome. Like you want to be able to write the narrative, basically. Now with this Hierophant, now this could be, all right, say if you were going back to school, or it could even have something to do with a marriage. And I feel like whatever went on here with your options, yeah, and your family, that you're trying to figure out how you can make this work for you as much as possible. And, you know, like using, you know, maybe your good communication skills and being very on point about what you're deciding to do or what you're trying to do. Because if you're looking for news that might be delayed, It might be something that causes you to have an inspiration. And in whatever regards this is, like I said, school or marriage or something where you're going to try to stick to traditional paths and, not like go too far outside the box, but still be trying to do what the new thing is that you kind of wanted to start up and still staying within the options that you have available. But whatever the situation is in the current, it's an end. There's an end to something. It's like, I couldn't even tell you if it's because of a betrayal or it's because of, some bad situation happened, but it's definitely an end. So it feels like there might be, when it did end, it wasn't all on the best. It wasn't for the best. There was like things that happened that caused it to be not a perfect ending, but it did have to end. And I think you're like kind of riding along with that. But in your possible outcome, all right, you have this Seven of Pentacles where, all right, you're like, okay, well, this is what I have. With this situation, I have this left. Or this is what I can still work with. And I feel like you're looking at something. Can you see this dude? And he has like this pentacle that's kind of like hanging out over here by itself. And it's like, okay, well, I could either start something really, keep going on something. 'Cause I'm trying to build something. I could just keep going with this idea. Or if I want to like break off that little pentacle and see what I could build otherwise. Like if you didn't want to keep going at whatever this is. Now this could be a job, this could be a business. It could be just something that you're doing that it could even be like a side hustle. And you might say, okay, well, this is working for me and I'm going to keep building it and I know it'll keep growing. Or I could just take a piece of this and build it somewhere else or build something else out of it. But then I do have you having this hard work aspect with this Eight of Pentacles. And it's like, okay, well, no, I think I'm going to work hard. I always have. I'm going to work hard to make this work because it worked this far. Why would I change it? So like you got this guy, he's like, just paying really a lot of attention to what he needs to be doing to make it be successful. So, and again, you have free will, so you may still do that, but it looks like that's going to be in your thought process as far as whether you're going to continue working at it or if you're going to, try to move on to something else. But I do feel like something's like causing you a bit of, maybe a little bit of burdens and a little bit of extra responsibility coming into this. So whatever this might be that you're trying to build on, it's going to cause you to have more responsibility in whatever your situation is. And then, but it could be other people's responsibilities too. Like if you're being responsible for somebody, if you're feeling like you need to take on their burdens, it's not all yours, you're eventually going to want to put them down. Like he has a little town out here, and it's like he wants to put them down, but right now he's not feeling like he can. So you might feel like you can't put those burdens on somebody else. Like you can't spread them out among people that you're with, whether they're family, coworkers. You can't actually do that. So you're just carrying it and seeing how far it'll take you, and maybe when eventually you'll be able to put it down. All right, let's see if we can find out anything for Sagittarius. We'll clarify the High Priestess. What do we got for the High Priestess for Sagittarius? We got the Page of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Six of Wands. All right, so you might be having some kind of... So you have this energy, and it's probably you. Maybe it could be you. Doesn't have to be you. But, it's the King of Wands energy. It's like he is very determined, and it could be a male or female. Very determined to go forward and figure out what it is that you need to grab a hold of, what options are available to you. And when you do make that decision, it's kind of like you're getting recognized for what it is that you did. And again, I don't know where it came from, but with whether it's romantic or platonic, or you know, work related, because you have this cups here, and this is like almost it's like happy messages coming out to you, or you know, it could be invitations. It's trying to figure out in what aspect that is, but I feel like something happy is coming out, which made you feel like you had to figure out how to work through it. So there was something that came out, you're feeling recognized for something. And then you had these these options. So let's see. What about the Seven of Cups? The Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands, oops, and the Five of Swords. Now I feel like when you were looking at those options that you had, you were looking to make sure, one, they were stable. That you didn't want to go into, you know, trying something so new that it wasn't going to be stable for you. Like, your energy feels kind of grounded in that sense, where you don't want to skew from something that you know to something you don't know. So maybe when this came up of having that choice, you were already thinking like, all right, I have this option, but I'm not sure I actually want to do it, because I don't want to go into something that's too big or not fully, you know, stable. I feel like you need to be stable. And again, I don't know if that's based on your family. You know, you want to make sure that your family members, whoever you live with, they have a stability too. And possibly that comes directly from you. All right, what about the Six of Cups? What can you tell me about the Six of Cups for Sagittarius? Ten of Swords, the Tower. Wow. All right, and the Nine of Pentacles. That does feel like, with that Tower, Ten of Swords energy, that's like, it's something ended. It doesn't feel like it was a surprise ending, though. It just feels like you knew something was coming, whatever it was, in whatever aspect it was. But something was coming, and you were like aware of it. And I feel like you were preparing for the situation. So with this Nine of Pentacles, you were like, okay, I'm ready. I can do this. You were feeling confident and secure, and you could take care of yourself. And so whatever ended here, that, you know, it was a shaky situation. And I think you felt like you knew it was a shaky situation. But maybe the quickness of it, or how fast it happened, how fast the ending came. But you, in the end of it, you're like, okay, well, I'm okay. Because you were making sure you were stable to begin with, and you were feeling confident about, you know, what your abilities are and how you're able to take care of yourself, take care of somebody else, whatever you need to do. So again, if it's a job, a relationship, whatever that situation is, it's just, you just wanted to make sure, you know, you were stable. What about this Page of Swords energy? What about this Page of Swords energy? Ten of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Two of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like in your current situation, you are, again, stable, because you went from the 9 to the 10. Pretty good. And you're still looking for that balance. You're looking for stability. But maybe some things are still hidden from you. Like with that Moon, with the Moon, it's like, you know what's there, but you can't clearly see exactly the path that you're going to take. So it might just be a little bit unknown, but you're still making sure it's balanced and you're grounded, you're stable. And you don't want to, like, choose the wrong path. And I feel like that's kind of where you were going with this, when you weren't sure where you were going to go with this Seven and Eight of Pentacles. Like, so maybe at this point, this is where you're thinking, well, what can I do? How can I do it? And, you know, will it work out? So what about this Hierophant dude? Tell me about the Hierophant. Seven of Cups again. Queen of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups. This looks like your options were coming up over here too, so you know that there's options, and I think that's why you were balancing something out, and you're trying to figure out what was, good for you, what was stable for you, and you're still thinking about it. You're still thinking, well, what exactly can I do? So maybe you made some decisions, and then you decide, well, all right, now I got to see what else I can find out. And here's looking like whatever decision you made or you're gonna make, it's like gonna be like a wishes come true thing that you're feeling really good about, whatever that situation is. Was this Queen of Pentacles feeling is, where you can take care of yourself. You can take care of others. Grounded, stable. So I feel that is like such a big aspect for you. The stability is so important. I mean, you could almost feel it coming off the cards. You need to be stable. All right. What about this Ten of Swords? Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven. I feel like whatever caused that Ten of Swords, that ending was, you were defending a lot. I don't know if it was your ideas or your thoughts, your beliefs in things. And again, if this Queen of Swords and Knight of Pentacles, a very strong feeling of, I know what I have to do, I can do it, being stable, being grounded, and moving on. Now, it could be somebody you're around, if it reflects somebody you know, but with the Queen of Swords, I also feel like that is your energy coming in and saying, okay, wait, you know what you need to do, and you're not going to let anybody, pull the wool over your eyes. You're not going to let anybody get away with anything for some reason. So maybe if you are trying to build some kind of stability here, or, again, whether it's work, home life, job, whatever, you're not going to let things get away from you. You're going to make sure that, everything's going to be fair and balanced, but you're not going to, sit back and let things happen without you being involved in it. So what about the Seven of Pentacles? What can you tell me about the Seven of Pentacles? The Page of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, well, it looks like you were trying to grab out into something that you saw was available to you, but it's kind of like a new beginning starting for after this ending, and after, whatever defending you had to do, whatever choices you had to make, you have a new start coming. And I think that new start's going to build up in, that there's something else out there for you. And again, I don't know, job, business, but there's something else out there. So you're kind of waiting for that. Because, on the traditional deck, it has a ship coming in, 3 ships coming up into the person. And it's almost like that. You're ships are coming in, things are opening up. And you might be going through a part where, you need to work into possibly having almost setting goals. So you're setting goals for something, and so you know that the new thing's going to open up, and that you're waiting for things to come in. I'm sorry, I lost my words. All right, so what about this Eight of Pentacles? What about Eight of Pentacles for Sagittarius? Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and Emperor. You are walking away from something that you put a lot of effort into. You're trying to, make a break. It's possible with these endings. There was a walking away. It could be something that you were walking away from within yourself. You needed to set your mind to, I want something new. I'm trying to start something new. So you're walking away from the old, that it might have meant a lot to you at one point. You felt like you needed to keep it for a while, so it's like hard to walk away, but for your best, it would be good for you to walk away. But it's causing you some stress. You're like, you got like anxiety about it, whatever it is. I don't know, again, if it is threatening your stability, because this whole reading is like screaming to me stable. So it's threatening your stability. So you're going to have to make hard decisions. Like, you need to make sure everything lines up for you before you want to go any further. So I feel like you are taking on, that's maybe this additional burdens that you're getting. You're taking on more responsibilities to make sure the stability is still there. What about this 10? Good. All right, we got the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Swords. I feel like, all right, so after, all that, when you take on those burdens and you have all these responsibilities coming into you, you need a rest. I mean, you're just going to be so much stuff going on, and you're like, okay, you need to, at some point, take care of you and make sure that you're not overdoing it. And I feel like with the idea of having what you want to happen, like having your ideas and using fully to make sure things are working out, you're going to be like very firm in your decisions, and it's going to make you be able to kind of end this cycle for yourself, like the Wheel of Fortune guy. It's going to end your cycle. And I think this has been going on. It feels like it's been going on for a bit. And if it's you, you'd know. It's been going on for a while, but in the end, it's you need to be stable. You need to be responsible for a lot and making sure things are going right for everybody involved. And you're going to take on a lot of responsibilities, but you're going to need to take a rest, take care of yourself. Don't get all sidetracked with so much other stuff, taking care of everybody else or all the other responsibilities you have. You have to take care of you, and just know it feels like this chapter's going to end. Because something new is going to be coming in and your possible outcome. And I think if you work it so you feel comfortable, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if I don't pop in somewhere in February, I will be seeing you back in March. And if you guys like it, you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. All right, take care.